I am Gayatri, working as Assistant Professor in EC Department at SNS College of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about the topic of general classification and important function of carbohydrates. First, the carbohydrates, the most abundant organic molecule in the nature. The empiric formula for the carbohydrates is CH2ON, hydrates of carbons. The carbohydrates will be provide the part of energy in diet and acts as a storage form of energy in the body, and carbohydrates are the structural component of cell membrane. The carbohydrates will be classified into two types mainly, which is simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates will be classified into monosaccharides and disaccharides. The monosaccharides carbohydrates will be classified into glucose, fructose and galactose. Disaccharides, maltose, lactose and sucrose. The complex, which is again it is classified into polysaccharides, starch, fibers and glycan. The monosaccharides, which is classified based upon our number of carbon atoms. The 3 carbon atoms, which is classified into triose, 4 carbons tetrose, 5 carbons pentose, 6 carbons hexose, 7 carbons heptiose and 9 carbons nanos. The example for 3 carbon is glycerol aldehyde, 4 carbons ethyrose, 5 carbons, which is the example for 5 carbons ribose, 6 carbons glucose, 7 carbons pseudoheptulose, 9 carbons aminic acid. And second classification, it is based on functional sugar group, aldehyde group aldose and hecto group ketose. The aldehyde group, which is having CHO, and hecto group, which is having CO, dihydroxyacetone. Then carbohydrates, which is the most abundant organic molecule in nature. The term carbohydrates is derived from the French term hydrate de carbone, that is, it is hydrate of carbon or CnH2ON. The carbohydrates are defined as organic substance which is having carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, where in hydrogen and oxygen are in the ratio of 2:1 as it is found in our water. The function of carbohydrates, which is most abundant source of energy, 4 calories per gram, precursors for many organic components, fat, amino acids, present as glycoproteins and glycolipids in the cell membrane, and functions such as cell growth and fertilization. Present as structural components like cellulose in plants, exoskeleton of some insects, cell wall of microorganisms, storage form of energy to meet the energy demands of the body. The carbohydrates, which is classified into monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, that is disaccharides, oligosaccharides. Based upon monosaccharides, it is based upon the functional group and number of carbon atoms, it is again classified. The oligosaccharides, which is classified based upon their hydrolyzed, which is disaccharides, trisaccharides and tetrasaccharides. Polysaccharides, which is having a non-crystalline, non-soluble in water, tasteless and non-hydrolysis, gives molecules of monosaccharides. Example, starch, cellulose. The monosaccharides, number of carbon atoms, the triose C3H6O3, glycerine dihydroxyacetone, triose C4H8O4, ethyrose and therose, pentose C5H10O5, ribose, xylose, urbanose, hexose C6H12O6, glucose, fructose, heptose C7H14 and O7. Based upon the functional group, it is classified into hetose and aldose. The derivatives of monosaccharides, which is deoxy sugars, amino sugars, sugar acid, sugar alcohols. Deoxynation of ribose produce deoxyribose, which is structural component of DNA. When one or more OH groups of monosaccharides are replaced by NH2 amino group, it forms an amino sugar. Example, glucomine, which forms chitin, fungal cellulose, hydroronic acid, sugar acid, Oxidation of CHO or OH group forms sugar acids. Acerobic acid is a sugar acid. Sugar alcohol, reduction of aldose and hectose, glycerol and mannitol. And oligosaccharides, depending upon it is classified into disaccharides, tri and tetra. Structural polysaccharides, cellulose and chitin, occurs exclusively in plants and most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom, predominant consequent of plant cell. It is totally absent in animals. Chitin, second most abundant organic substance, complex carbohydrates found in exoskeleton of some invertebrates like insects, provides both strength and elasticity, becomes hard when impregnated with calcium carbonate. Thank you.